Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about imaginary numbers. We're going to go over what an imaginary number is, what it does. We're going to work through the breakdown of various imaginary numbers to different powers. So what are imaginary numbers? Imaginary numbers are numbers that are attached to the symbol I. We'll talk about that more in a minute. It's numbers that when squared gives a negative number. We know that typically when you square a number, it comes out positive because either a negative times a negative is a positive. So basically the mathematicians created the symbol I to be used for various things. A few examples it's used for is for signals processing, so a lot of electrical things, as well as quadratic equations and advanced calculus. Now we know that the symbol I stands for imaginary unit. That's what that means. Now the principles created stated that I squared is equal to negative 1, and that I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Now when you're doing math, you don't typically replace I for the square root of negative 1, you typically leave it as I. But we're going to talk about what I to different powers means, and if you see I to a different power, what that would look like. So first we have I to the power of 0. Everything that is put to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Now if we put I to the power of 1, it's just I. And I squared, we know, based on the principles, that I squared is equal to negative 1. Now we can do I to the power of 3. That can be rewritten as I squared times I. We know that I squared is equal to negative 1, so it would just be negative 1 times I, which would be minus I. Next we can do I to the 4th, which is the same thing as saying I squared times I squared, which would be negative 1 times negative 1, which is equal to 1. Now if you can see the pattern here, we are rewriting out I to whatever power it is to simplify it down based on the principles of I squared equals negative 1. So we'll keep going through a few more here. We have I to the power of 5, which is the same thing as saying I to the 4th times I. Now above we just solved that I to the 4th is equal to 1. So it would be 1 times I, which is equal to I. Now I to the 6th. I to the 6th is the same as I times 5, which above we just solved I to the 5th is equal to I. So I times I would be I squared, which would then be equal to negative 1. Next we can do I to the 7th, which would equal I to the 6th times I. And we just solved that I to the 6th is equal to negative 1, and I is I, so therefore negative 1 times I is equal to negative I. I suggest pausing this and catching up. We went through it a little fast, to write out your notes and understand that if you see I to a high power, you can simplify it down pretty simply. You just need to take the steps to do it. Thanks for watching, and please comment down below with any questions or concerns, and please stay tuned for some more videos.